Whatever happens, we stay alive. GTMAX is a Netflix original from France. It was directed by Olivier Schneider, who's done stunt work for a lot of big projects. Check out his IMDb page for the full list of his work. This is written by 4 different people. Remember that as I go into this movie. And this stars Eva Baya, who, my goddamn goodness, she is lovely. She plays Soli. Oh, I'm begging you, please. Save your brother Michael from getting in with a bad gang of people as opposed to a good gang of people that spread life and energy and happiness and rainbows. No, this gang, they soup up their bikes. They're T-Max bikes, hence the title GT-Max, I guess. I don't really know much about motocross or motorcycles or really anything except I wouldn't get on them if you paid me about 10 million lira or francs or euros or $10 million because I don't really think that they're very safe. They're not for me. If you're into it, absolutely tremendous. So yeah, Soli must save her brother Michael while also trying to save her family's motocross track and home from being repossessed because of bad financial dealings. At least I think. Look, the plot isn't necessarily something you need to dive into, and that's good because it's simplistic and also a bit incomprehensible because of just how it's laid out. There are a couple decent action sequences, but it's all mind-numbing and kind of just, a French gruel. Please, sir, may I have le more? I'm very sorry to anybody that is French that thinks that I'm trying to be mean, because I'm not. I've enjoyed quite a few French films this year. The Animal Kingdom... Mads, I forget where Mads came from, but what city it was in. But let me tell you right goddamn now, those are 2 tremendous movies. Unfortunately, there's stuff like this that just didn't work. I don't know how people in France feel about it, but this just feels very generic and very basic, and quite frankly, just a basic bitch of a concept where you just really zone out 20 minutes in and don't really recover. The attempts at emotional depth don't work either. Really, this is just... It's just a bland movie. It's pretty goddamn bland, though Ava certainly tries. The rest of the cast, they do what they can, but the characters are so bland and so generic and so basic. I'm going to get into spoilers, which will not take very long. It's on Netflix, 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So, yeah, there's a motorcycle chase with... and this is so funny to me. As the chase is going on, there's a cop with the name of Delvo who's... trying to get to them. He's trying to chase them while the names of various actors pop up on the credits and everything. We just get we get chase image, name of actor, And yeah, really outside of a couple chase sequences, there's really not a lot to this. Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillaz playing was kind of hilarious. I did note that Eva Baya is, my goodness, lovely. I would like to see more projects featuring her, because I think she did fine in this. And she wants to basically help her brother Michael. Her brother Michael does not win this particular race, and I guess the family was relying on that money to get through the next however long. Well, maybe you should have done better financial dealings. Oh yes, and also it turns out that the mother died of cancer. Cancer is a goddamn bitch. And Soli hasn't ridden since. And she hasn't ridden since because her mother died. She took out the bike and ended up crashing it and just has really not felt the spark. But she repairs the bikes. She knows all about them. Once this character named Elias gets involved, and he's the leader of this gang thing featuring like maybe 5 people. I mean, I know you don't want like a goddamn army, but Jesus Christ, the bike riders had a ton of people. A ton of characters that didn't really matter, but nevertheless. Guess you have to downsize in this economy. You can't pay that many people that much. But what we basically get is just we get one guy named Yassine who ends up kind of factoring into something that kicks off the 3rd act. There's a bunch of diamonds that they're trying to get that... I guess it's for riches. Where the fuck you're going to sell those diamonds, I have no idea. Michael gets a job testing on a bike, and then it turns out that basically Soli lets it slip that she knows all about repairing bikes. She gets eventually recruited. Things are going okay. Meanwhile, Delvo and his friends, or his colleagues, his cop colleagues, cop leagues as it were, are trying to figure out how they can bring this gang down. And then, yeah, we don't really get much of... We don't really get much of anything, because it just plods along. We get... Obviously, if you love motorcycles, you may love this, or dirt bikes, or motocross, or whatever. But... yeah, there's another character named Theo that actually seems like he might have a heart of gold that realizes, hey, wait a second, this guy I'm working for is kind of a full-on dick. There's a character named Elsa. No, not let it go. Let it go. Don't want to hold back anymore. So Lee basically takes the offer and says, I'll do it for $100,000. She wants to, save her dad and mom's house. And the aunt also lives with them. She wouldn't ride anymore because of her mother, all that stuff. Theo suggests, hey, maybe you should talk to somebody. BetterHelp is not available in France, I guess. That is not a plug. That's just something I had to think of. And then this Yassine guy gets shot because he led the cops right to them after getting arrested. And then Alicia, basically, or however the hell, whatever. The main guy, Ellie. I'll just say Ellie. That's close enough. He frames Michael by putting his fingerprints all over the gun he used to shoot him, and now they're stuck. They're not stuck for very long, though, because I think we have maybe 40 minutes left of the movie, if that. So, there's an implication that Celia and Theo might be getting together. The dad basically sold a lot of the bikes to help stave off this stuff, this, possible debt just consuming them. The cop ends up getting suspended, but somehow still gets out on the chase. Apparently, you can take his you can take his badge, you can take his gun, but you can't take the keys to his very powerful cop bike. And then we get one final chase sequence that had a few cool stunts, except everybody kept crashing into anything and everything everywhere all at once. And basically, the two, you have Ellie and you have Delvo getting in a fight. They end up handcuffed together. And Sully basically says, oh, you think I'm going to free you? Look at this bag. There's nothing in there. We saw you shoot him. 3 of us did. We will talk if you say anything. And then Delvo is left there handcuffed to him because she throws the keys in the goddamn river. And yeah, then a year later, everything's okay. Theo's apparently doing fine, and the brother and sister are racing, and that's it. I mean, what the fuck do you want from me? I mean, it's not even that it was a bad movie. It's just so boring that so many details were leaving my goddamn brain as time was going on. So all that was left was just basically the base knowledge that this just wasn't very good. Effort was sort of there in a couple parts, but it was just mostly bland. Nothing against the people. I'm sure they had a better idea, but the execution was not good. It gets an F. I'm sorry. Agree, disagree what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd handles in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.